Hey guys, Dreadysays here, doing a quick review of the Aquaplanet Pace and the Aquaplanet Max. Quite a few people have asked what are the differences, so let's try and clear that up. Okay, so first up is the Pace. 10 foot 6 inches long, which is 325 centimeters, 76 centimeters wide, and 15 centimeters deep. So here I'm just giving it a quick turn test, see how it handles on the turn. As you can see, it's doing perfectly fine. Now the nose on the Pace does sit up a little higher than the Max. It is all part of the shape. And there we can see that the fin is tracking really nicely and it's nice and easy to get going in a straight line. Now the Pace has a much bigger fin than the Max out the box, which is surprising. We'll get back to that later, but quickly on screen now you will see a comparison of the two. So now just giving it a quick wobble test, going up and down on the board. It doesn't make too much difference, it's rock solid. Both of them are running at 17 psi, so it's identical psi. I believe the volume is about the same, but we're going to come in now and try out the Max. Okay, next up is the Max, which is 79 centimeters wide, so it's 3 centimeters wider. It's the same length, 325 centimeters, 10 foot 6, and 15 centimeters deep. So as you can see the difference, it sits slightly different in the water. It's higher in the water and the nose is rounded. That was me wobbling there, not the board. So just going to give it a turn. It seemed a tiny little bit more difficult to get it to turn, but then again it is dubbed as being more stable. So the nose doesn't come out, the tail does sit up slightly, I noticed, but we'll look at that in the comparison. Speed wise, there's barely anything in it. We did a mini drag race and there was nothing in it. So speed wise it's not a problem. If you need that extra stability, it seems to be there on the Max, even though it's got a much smaller fin. Just to recap, there are the fins. But yeah, it's pretty much down to styling, what you like the look of, but the Max would win as slightly more stable. I've not tried this in heavy chop or the waves yet. That's for another time. Okay, here they are side by side. So the Pace sits slightly lower in the water and it's got the upturned nose, so it'll help it in small waves and chop. Not that that's ever a problem on the Max. So the Max does seem to sit up a little bit more, and the tail, I did notice, does sit up, but it tracks great. It's not a problem. So the overall shape is, the Pace you've got more of a surfboard shape, with the Max you've got a sort of bigger, chunkier shape. Okay, here we are out on the river. So as you can see with the Max, it's sitting up great, it's rock solid. The tail does seem to sit up, so where we've got the Pace here, it seems to sit back a little better, but that's probably just where I'm standing on the board. This is probably just where she's standing on the board, so probably a little bit too far forward. But you know, comparison side by side, barely anything in it. You know, maybe the Max is slightly more stable, but even with it sitting up, as you can see here, just before I get attacked by the swan. But there's really nothing in it between the two, I'd say. Maybe the Max does have that edge of stability and the Pace is a tiny little bit more progressive, but I found after many uses of both, hardly anything in it. So go on style, go on shape, go on colour, but if you're unsure, maybe this will help, maybe it won't, but it's all in the looks and the style in my opinion. Okay guys, thanks for checking that out. I hope it's helped and I'll catch you for the next video.